Hi students, welcome to day 10 of 30 days study plan of commerce. Hope you are following this plan regularly. If you have not watched my previous videos, kindly watch them. If these videos are useful, like, share and subscribe. Now let us see day 10 questions and answers. Very short answers. Lesson 7, fifth question, who is called a broker? Brokers are commission agents. They act as the intermediaries between the buyers and the sellers of securities. Actually, they don't have any securities in their hand. They simply connect buyer and seller for trading securities. They do not purchase or sell anything on their behalf. Simply they bring the buyer and seller together and to make them to go for a deal. So for his service, he will charge commission from both the parties. So broker next function is he get orders from investing public, and if the securities number of securities are more, he will execute the orders through the jobbers, and they are entitled to get a brokerage for their service. And now let us see the what are the types of speculators. The speculators in a stock market are different types. They carry their names depending on their motive, on their aim of trading in the stock exchange. And they are named after animals as their behavior could be compared best with the behavior of animals. They are given below. First one is bull. He always expects rise in the price of securities. Bear, he expect the fall in the price. Stag, he will always look for a premium. And lame duck, if he is a bear speculator, but he is unable to fulfill his commitment, then he feels so concerned and struggles like a lame duck. Now next question is, give the meaning of human resource. In an organization, human resource are the employees who are inevitable, who are unavoidable for the survival and success of the enterprise. So they are very important in an organization. We will not count everyone as a human resource. Only those individuals who acquired the required skill sets, talents, knowledge, competencies, and capabilities in the accomplishment. Accomplishment is in the achievement of both individual. They have their personal objectives and also organization where they work. Those organization also have objectives. So that they have to achieve by their capacity, competency, by their skills. Okay, and next is short answers. Define the term recruitment. Here, definition, only one definition is there, but it is a 3-mark question, so I have given some meaning also. Recruitment is the process of finding suitable candidates for the various posts in an organization. So it is a process of attracting potential, the capable people to apply for a job in an organization. According to Edwin V. Flippo, it is a process of searching for prospective, potential employees and stimulate and encourage them to apply for the job in an organization. So this process, making them to apply, making them to attend the interview. Okay, so those who are capable of a particular job, okay, that is called as the recruitment. Now let us see the next question. What is meant by unsolicited application? Unsolicited application, the job seekers voluntarily they go every organization and go and give their application. But actually the organization have not called for any interview. They have not notified any vacancies in their organization. So the job seekers voluntarily they'll go and give their application in the organization. Now next, what is meant by job portals? Job portals, using internet job portals, organization can screen, they can find out for the potential candidates and fill their vacancies. So this is also one of the sources of recruitment. And next is long answers. Long answers, it is explain the characteristics of human resource. This we saw in the short answers in the day 9 questions. Okay, so characteristics is human resource is the only factor of production that lives, and it created all other resources, and we can only hire the labor or the service of the employees. We cannot hire the employee himself, and only human resource can exhibit innovation and creativity. Only human resource can think, act, analyze, and interpret. Human resources are emotional beings, so we have to handle them carefully. And human resources can be motivated either financially or non-financially. So human resources are unpredictable. Over the years, when they work for a long time, they gain more experiences. They'll become expert in a particular job. They'll become specialized. So they gain values and appreciation for their work. Human resources are movable. Human resource can work as a team. Here 11 points are there. You can write 6 to 7 points for 5 marks answer. And next is describe the significance of human resource management. Human resource we saw, now human resource management. How we manage the human resource. Every organization, they have a separate department called HR, and in this HR they'll manage all the employees in an organization. So it is HRM uh, responsibility right from the process of acquiring the employees, selecting them, placing them, and training them, and attending to their labor relation, health, safety, fairness, concern, and issues. Okay, so HRM plays a significant role in the organization. In this also there are 11 points are there. You can write 6 to 7 points. So I have taken 6 points here to identify manpower needs. So it is HRM duty to responsibility to identify. So they will only determine how many number of people manpower needs in an organization. That is very important, because as it is in the form of investment, the number of men required are to be identified accurately so that they can reduce the cost. And next is to select the right person, right man for right job. Okay, so they'll select the right person, right talent. The HRM ensures the right talent available for the right job, so that no employee is either underqualified or overqualified. So it is the HR department responsibility to select the right man for the right job, and it is their duty to update the skill and knowledge of the human resource. So managing a human resource plays a significant role in the process of employee skill and knowledge enhancement. Increase their knowledge. This will enable the employees to remain up to date through the training and development programs, and to appraise the performance, evaluate the performance of the employees. So periodical appraisal of performance of employees through human resource management, this will boost up good performers and motivates the slow performers. So it helps the workforce to identify their level of performance. If they have a periodical evaluation, then the workforce can see at what level their performances are. Okay, next is to improve the competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means it is being as a business being a superior, okay, superior business position in the market with the competitors. So that is more important. So that is possible through HRM. When the workers are very good, if they are very good performers, then the company can become it can improve the competitive advantage. So organization with capable and competent employees can truly gain competitive advantage in the globalized markets, that they are a superior business position in the globalized market. So the higher the level of good performers, greater the possibility of fast paced is make progress at a moderate rate of growth of the enterprise, and to provide incentives and bonus to best performers. So it is the responsibility of HRM to recognize the best performers and to provide them with bonus and incentive as a form of appreciation for their work. This will motivate them, so they will become uh, they'll they'll do their work in a more efficient way. So this motivation can be either financial or non-financial. Okay, students, with this today's 8 lessons are over. I hope you understood everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share and like. Thank you.